The movie opens up in a tense setting. Four of the most intelligent people in the country are locked inside a small room. They are then given incredibly tough mathematical questions, with 1 minute to solve each of them. Failing to do so will result in the room shrinking slowly by the second. If the group fails to answer the question for an extended period of time, they will be crushed to death. Following this, the movie cuts back to some weeks earlier. A handsome guy is seen captivating a group of women with not his looks, but a discussion on the Goldbach conjecture. Goldbach conjecture is actually one of the oldest unsolved problems in the history of mathematics. It turns out the handsome guy has managed to solve the near-impossible problem, and is now planning to demonstrate it to the public. Right then, his friend yells at him and asks him to hurry to his room. Unfortunately, when the handsome guy enters his room, he discovers that someone has destroyed his presentation on the Goldbach conjecture. This deeply upsets him as now he has to redo the entire thing in such a short period of time. The scene then shifts to an old man and mathematician, playing chess with a friend. At the same moment, he shares a letter he received from a stranger named Fermat with his friend. The letter invites the country's top mathematicians to solve a challenging puzzle within 10 days, and the old man seems very happy to attend it. Elsewhere, we see a bearded man struggling to solve the same puzzle in a library. As he is trying his best to find a clue, the librarian approaches him and reminds him to put the books back alphabetically. After this, when the bearded man looks at the problem again, he realizes that the solution to the puzzle is also alphabetical. Overjoyed, he solves the puzzle just in time. Following their successful solution of the mathematical puzzle, the participants receive a second letter from Fermat. The letter reveals that only 4 individuals managed to solve the puzzle, and for that, they are being officially invited to solve the greatest mathematical enigma in their country. The letter also includes instructions regarding the meeting place and a restriction on the use of cellular phones to maintain anonymity. The participants are given aliases named after well-known academicians. As instructed, the 4 individuals meet at a riverbank wearing their designated nicknames on their clothes: Pascal for the bearded man, Galois for the attractive young man, Hilbert for the elderly gentleman, and Oliva for the only woman among them. At dusk, a car from the other side of the river flashes its headlights, signaling to the participants. The group then realizes that they need to cross the river. Using a boat found on the bank, they cross the river and reach the car, which appears to be empty. However, they discover a personal digital assistant, PDA, connected to the car's GPS system, containing information about their destination. The 4 individuals then get into the car and, with the help of the GPS, arrive at an abandoned warehouse in the countryside. Inside the warehouse, they find an elegant room where they begin to explore and wait for their host, Fermat, to arrive. Right then, Galois reveals that before they arrived there, he tried to dig deeper into their host Fermat's real identity, but failed to find any information. While he is talking, an old man enters the room and claims to be Fermat. The group then eagerly socializes with Fermat over dinner, discussing academia, mathematics, puzzles, and riddles. However, their evening takes a sudden turn when Fermat receives a phone call from a hospital regarding the condition of his comatose daughter. Fermat immediately gets nervous and tells the group that he needs to go to the hospital. He then leaves, but not before promising the group that he will be back within an hour. As Fermat rushes off, he unintentionally leaves his coat behind. Pascal tries to catch up to him to return the coat but fails. As he returns to the room, carrying Fermat's coat, he discovers a wallet inside it, containing a photo of a young woman. Pascal is taken aback to see the photo as if he is related to her. Meanwhile, Hilbert exits briefly to wash his hands and inadvertently catches Olivia and Galois in a compromising position. He then watches them kissing for a while and re-enters the room, where Pascal shows them Fermat's forgotten coat. Galois searches the pockets and finds some ID cards, revealing Fermat's real name, Roman. Just then, a mathematical puzzle with a 1-minute time limit appears on the PDA. And the group scrambles to solve it before time runs out. While Pascal examines the walls, Olivia, Hilbert, and Galois work together to crack the puzzle. However, they fail to complete the puzzle in the given time and Pascal realizes that the walls around the room are moving. He tells the same to others and this creates a panic situation. Fortunately, before they are crushed to death, Pascal digs deep and eventually solves the puzzle. And as soon as they enter the correct answer in the PDA, the walls stop moving. This makes the group breathe a sigh of relief, but little did they know that they are in for a torrid turn of events. Soon, another enigma pops up on the PDA. This one contains a series of ones and zeros and Hilbert proceeds to solve it with the help of playing blocks kept there. At this time, Pascal looks around the room and finds some documentation papers, revealing that the 4 walls of the room are connected to each of the powerful hydraulic presses and to the PDA. Except for Pascal, the trio tries their best to stop the moving walls by shoving books and shelves into it, but none of it seems to work. Amidst the chaos, Pascal confesses to accidentally running over Fermat's daughter a month ago, revealing that this is his revenge. But the others are unsure about why they have been dragged into this. Then, Galois finally solves the problem, but just seconds later, another one arises. When the room begins to shrink again, the light from one corner breaks. Luckily, the 3 men quickly save the remaining lights while Olivia solves the puzzle, causing the room to stop shrinking. As they catch their breath, the players reveal information about themselves, hoping to find a connection and an answer as to why Fermat chose them over all other participants. Pascal reveals that the academicians from their alias died at the same age they are now, catching everyone's attention. He then shows them the books written by famous mathematicians with the same name and concludes that they are here to die. Just then, the cell phone chimes again, and another puzzle arises. This time, while Olivia focuses on solving the puzzle on her own, the other 3 lay the bookshelf and other furniture on the floor, trying to stop the movement of the walls. Though Olivia solves the enigma with some time remaining, Galois suggests she not submit the answer as another will appear immediately. He instead asks her to help them arrange the furniture. During this, Galois tosses a table to stop the moving wall, without noticing the PDA that was kept on top of it. Suddenly, when the time is up, the walls start shrinking and the group fails to find the PDA to enter the answer to the previous enigma. In the midst of the search, Galois stumbles upon an invitation to Fermat. This makes the group wonder why the host would invite himself to his own game. They deduce that this Fermat is a fake one, but they don't have much time to ponder as they need to find the phone. Fortunately, Olivia finds it in the nick of time and Hilbert inputs the correct answer, causing the room to stop shrinking. Meanwhile, the fake Fermat they had encountered before becomes agitated and argues with hospital staff about a phone call he had received. However, the staff informs him that the hospital hadn't called him, and upon checking his call log, they discover a private number. It is then revealed that the real Fermat who invited the 4 scholars is still unknown. And the fake Fermat they had met earlier is just another player in the game. The true host has used him to deceive the others, and the fake Fermat has no idea about this. As the nurse reassures the fake Fermat about his daughter's stable condition. The tense situation diffuses. Meanwhile, back at the Players, Oliva and Galois have a disagreement about the person who destroyed the latter's presentation. Oliva suspects that the real Fermat might be responsible, but Galois believes that it was by some random kid. As they argue, Hilbert notices that Oliva seems to know Galois well and pushes her to reveal their past relationship. Seemingly trapped, she finally confesses that they used to date. But their relationship ended when Galois accused her of cheating. Here, they were just pretending to not know each other, so as to not arouse any unwanted attention. Soon, their conversation is interrupted when Pascal reads another puzzle from the phone. The Players then shift their focus to solving the problem, but unfortunately, time runs out before they can complete it. The walls start moving again, but the Players remain composed and determined. Just seconds later, they solve the puzzle and move on to the next enigma. This time, Hilbert insists on solving it while Olivia starts explaining her side of the story. She admits to playing a game of chess online, but when she was defeated by a skilled opponent, her curiosity turned into interest. She then reveals to have attended a gathering of important people on a boat after getting an invitation from the mysterious player. After discovering some illeg